Chapter 7. Far to the south there existed a creature that was one of the many massive red dragons that roamed the multiverse. This particular red dragon had his bottom half inside of a cavern, while its upper half rested outside. He leaned on his front right claw, sleeping comfortably. In front of the dragon was a robed man. The man held a sack of coins that he jingled before the mighty red.
Great Rascarvanister, I seek a bargain. I have gold that I wish to buy from you the enchanted eyes that only you can perform. If you are short of any payment, you have wasted my time and I will devour you.
The dragon Rascarvanister held his left claw out. The robed man gave him the sack. The dragon poured the sack onto the ground. A small pile formed. Digging through the coins, the dragon counted out loud.
100, 200, 3, 1,000, 4,000.
Pausing, the dragon contorted his face into an angry scowl.
4,992. What?
The man exclaimed.
I swear it is all there.
The dragon inhaled a large breath. The man turned around, running for his life. He did not get far as the flames exhaled, engulfing him, burning him to a blackened crisp.
Humans, I swear they always try to cheat you.
The dragon shook the bag. 8 coins fell out. The dragon laughed.
Oops.
That is bad for business, came the booming voice of the Metamind, materializing in front of the dragon.
What do you want?
The dragon looked at the Metamind with indifference.
Information. That is never free.
The dragon extended his claw with no expression on his face.
Do not mock me with your ways of gold and lust. You will tell me what I want to know. I have encountered gods before, Jason and Alvaro. You do not intimidate me. You are no more special to me than that human I thought cheated me.
Narrowing his eyes, the radiant god hefted a sigh.
What is your price? That depends on the information you want. Tell me everything about your brother Garyx.
The dragon laughed.
Now there's a name I have not heard for a few thousand years. I used to beat him back when he was a wormling. I assume you want mundane details skipped. What specifically do you desire to know? Where is he? What can kill him? What can I use against him? I will tell you all of that. In return, though, I don't want gold from you. What is it you desire? After you defeat Garyx, I want something from him. What?
Rascarvanister shook his head.
You must agree to give me something he has after you kill him. I shall not name it until you have it. I do not bargain in riddles. I do not speak in riddles.
The Metamind waved his hand.
This thing you seek, is it material? No. Is it something you can use against me? Yes. Will you? No, I have no reason to. Unless you give me a reason, that is. Consider it insurance and payment. If I tell you what it is, you will say no. This verbal dance is old. You will gain what you desire, whatever it is. However, should you ever stand in my way, it will not bode well for you. Trust me, I honestly want nothing to do with your quest to kill the devils and the gods. Do we have a deal then? Agreed.
Rascarvanister altered his face from mundane and uncaring to a wide grin.
Do your first question. The Fire Lord, like most gods, resides in his realm. By the way,
it is a pretty ballsy move for you to roam the material plane yourself. I saw that fight between your avatar and guardian. Reckless gods tend to die recklessly. The dragon paused. Get on with it. Ah, yes. Always. Anyways, his realm is actually unique and interesting. My brother's realm is inside of his book. He made it really easy to go into. You already have seen mortals go there yourself. I highly doubt Garyx can be lured out of there. What he lacked in physical prowess as a young dragon, he has always made up for in cunning. He is pretty much all-powerful in his realm, just as you are in yours. Killing him? That part's a little tricky. He is a red dragon just like me, so it should be obvious that cold attacks are more effective than most other attacks. What else? Every immortal has a way to be permanently killed. You killed deity using blunt force and that nifty Godslayer sword. That same sword is more than enough to kill even Garyx, and probably anything. I did not exist in the previous universe that your creator, Jarius, never shuts up about. I do, however, recognize the limitless potential of that weapon. Just use that. Is there anything else I need to know? Rosgar Vonister stared at the Metamind silently. I will not search you out when I defeat Garyx. You will come to me for your payment. The dragon nodded his agreement, still holding his wide grin. I wonder what it is that can kill you. The god Metamind vanished, teleporting away. Within the darkened abyss. It is truly the best tactic to skulk and hide. Yes, Jarius replied to Dagon's question. He moved through thick air. The darkness itself was semi-solid. Moving through it was similar to moving through water. Yet you can kill those shadow demons with no real effort. Pfft, they aren't worth the effort. The Spider Queen set them up as a distraction and an alarm. An alarm. She's a goddess. We are in her realm. She must be aware of us. A lot happens here. While she could find us anytime she wants. I figure there is a decent chance we are still hidden from her. Jarius moved past two more large shadow demons and through a doorway. I have already gone through all of your mortal memories. You have taken many unnecessary risks. I am not surprised that you have taken this risk. Moving down a hallway and through an additional corridor, Jarius saw a portal up ahead. The portal to the next abyss is just over there. That makes 100. We are halfway there. Risks are the only way to move up. You cannot gain anything if you do not risk anything. He stepped into the portal. Exiting a portal in the next abyss, Dagon replied, You should be dead. Logically, that is. You said you looked through all of my mortal memories? Jarius raised his hand to eye level. His red ring glowed. The glow surrounded his body, then lifted him from the ground. Taking flight, the mage spun his body, dodging both debris and demons. Yes, what of it? Accelerating his body, Jarius stabbed with his sword, piercing through an enemy in his path. A large hole was left in the demon that Jarius glided through with no effort. I have died lots of times. The first time I was careless was against my human siblings, when I was laying siege to the city of Babylon. By sheer chance alone I had survived. He chuckled. To think that could have been the end, then and there. Then you were careless against Grotst. Jason killed you for the first time. Dodging a blast from a demon that had spotted him, Jairus ignored him and continued to soar through the darkened, endless sky that was void of any stars. Only shadows and the silent demon enemies were ever present here. I died too many times to count or care when I was a lich. You no longer have the luxury of coming back to life. You need to be more careful. Laughing, Jairus plunged through another portal. Why? Because you are trapped in here with me? Exiting the next portal, Dagon used psychic energy to blast away an enemy that followed them through the portal. Yes. So, together we're more powerful, are we not? No. I was more powerful with my previous form as the demon god Dagon. Well, I don't have the option of restoring you to that. Deal with it. Besides, Jairus fired purple flame from his palm to another shadow demon. You and I both need to be together. If anything, you should be grateful. Dagon was silent. Don't be like that. Yes, you're weaker, but that is temporary. Stop pouting. We are us once again. Once we gather the other two aspects of Cretan and the remainder of our powers, nothing can possibly stop us. I cannot argue that. I would still prefer my previous form. Yeah, who the fuck wouldn't? If anything, Jason or the Metamind, or whatever he wants to call himself, did us a favor by putting you in me. Why did he do that? I should be dead, not a prisoner. Laughing, the mage landed on solid ground. He ran into a cavern. Jason knows everything that I know. He knows what Cretan is or was. That does not explain it. Maybe he saw a potential ally in me. Also, I think he believed you would torture me from the inside. The torture suggestion sounds more realistic of a motivation. The demon Lord Dagon has died, and you took part of that in that death. I should, in all honesty, be tearing you apart from the inside. And why aren't you? He moved through the cavern, with his head raised high, no longer sneaking. You know why. We must be Cretan once again. That's right. I just needed you to say that. Do us a favor and keep those psychic senses up. Loth's servants will encounter us any time now. And when they do, she will focus on us far more than we would prefer. Die! Came a voice lunging at Jairus. Without looking, the ring on his hand glowed red. He vanished, reappearing 10 feet to the left. Jairus took a good look at his assailant. His own eyes glowed, piercing the darkness. This creature was an enormous demon, head with a singular eye and mouth. It floated with no sign of touching the ground. On top of his head were 8 tendrils that had balls on each of them. Those balls glowed purple with demonic power. 8 energy beams fired at Jairus. Run! Fight it! We can't outrun it! Dodging one beam, deflecting another with the sword, psychic energy caused the third blast to pass through without harm, leaving 5 that struck Jairus in his chest and his 4 limbs. Those blasts ripped through him at those 5 points and pinned him against the cavernous wall. Loth! The creature said with a guttural, decayed voice. Will reward me greatly for killing you. Or she could reward you even more for bringing me alive, Jairus suggested. The creature paused before speaking. There were 5 purple energy beams exiting 5 of its tendrils that led all the way to Jairus. They continuously pulsed, keeping the man from moving. Yes, I believe she... The thing ceased talking as the animated Godslayer sword plunged into his skull, killing him. The purple ceased to pulse as it faded into oblivion. I love the stupid ones. They are easily distracted, Jarius said, falling to the ground. You are injured. Jarius snapped his fingers. Arcane magic trailed out across his body, closing his wounds. You don't have that many healing spells prepared. Yep. He continued to move through the cavern. Within a village, an angel battles devils. God has sent me to eradicate you, and I will not rest until that is done. The angel screamed through his blood-covered face. Yes, kill us! A human child shouted back with glowing red eyes. The angel lunged at that child with his sword. With a thrust, the child's life was ceased through being impaled. Pushing his hands in, the angel took out the demon from the dead child's mind. This angel squeezed the evil creature until its head exploded. By the will of the Lord Metamind, I will end evil here. The angel called out his war cry. Turning to another possessed villager, the angel pointed his sword. The villager smiled as it remained unmoving. This divine angel struck them down with no resistance. Blood splattered on the ground as the remains of this dead mortal fell down to the lifeless. Raising his weapon up, he looked around for additional foes. Every human was dead here. No life existed in the once populated port town of Laguna. Blood and entrails decorated this once lively human town. I have defeated evil that dwelled here. Within a labyrinth, an angel had already met a group of devils. I will destroy you, the angel threatened. Fighting has already broken out. This powerful angel was making quick work of these devils, especially with the death of two of them immediately. You fiends were easy to find. With your loud commotion and noise, I found you right away. This angel boasted as he cut off the head of a devil. Two devils gave each other a sly look, then laughed. Lunging at them, the angel had his sword raised. Die, scum! Splitting up, the two devils moved away from the enraged angel. Swinging his sword wildly at them, the angel was in full attack mode. Around this fight, dark mist flowed in and around the combatants. Devils slowly vanished one by one. Stabbing into one small devil, this angel smiled victoriously. Why? A slow, wavy voice echoed. Are you in my lair? The very same mist wrapped around this divine creature. Attempting to move from his spot, the angel was shocked to realize that he could not move. What magic is this? Forming a large face with scales made out of shadows and revealing its large scale-covered tail wrapped around this angel, it spoke a second time. You need to answer my question. Fratralis has little patience for trespassers. Shadow Dragon! The angel identified his attacker. Fratralis moved his massive face inches from this angel. Yes. Now give me a reason not to eat you. By the way of the Metamind, you will let me go. The shadow dragon shrugged. A shadowy claw ripped away the angel's sword, tossing it casually on the ground. Reaching for his feathery wings, it took hold of them. Last chance, Fratralis said with indifference. My God will not tolerate evil things like you. Shaking his head with disappointment, the dragon ripped the wings off. The angels screamed in pain as the dragon chewed them, smirking at the tormented angel. You angels are so full of pride and confidence. You honestly believe there is nothing greater than yourselves and your God. I have seen creatures and things far beyond gods. You never offer me anything beyond annoyance. He shook his head a second time. Then, with a singular movement, the angel was devoured by Fertralis, the shadow dragon. Inside of the pyramid, the Metamind sat, watching his angels fail him. His eyes flashed, observing 45 different angels, all fail against the cunning of Garyx and the devil servants. Devils were seen gathering the crystals from the labyrinth. Villages were seen destroyed by his own angels. A battalion of angels were crushed by 3 dragons. Angels were tortured by devils across the multiverse. My forces are failing me. His eyes ceased to flash. I am losing divine chess. Waving his hand to reveal an image before him, the Metamind observed siege weapons in motion through the northern plains. They are moving to Mount Skyborn, Lord, an angel commented. The Metamind looked at the angel with indifference, then back at the image. I need to do something. Lord, why not act? You could send me there. Without looking at the angel, the Metamind responded, No, you will only fail. Your failure would not be your fault, but my own. The angel shook his head, confused. But, Lord, my failures can only be my own fault. These are mere mortals. I could stop them and save your loyal followers in the city of Mount Skyborn. His hands were held out, imploring. I said no. If I sent you or any other angels, they would be met with overwhelming odds sent by Guardian. He waved his hand, revealing the hidden things all around the siege weapons. Thousands of angels wore the symbol of Guardian, the 6 circles forming a circle all connecting with a singular line. Every Guardian angel was wearing thick, heavy armor. Most had swords and shields. Some had 2-handed great swords. A few had bows and arrows. All were at the ready. My lord, what are your orders? The angel looked with confidence and trust at the Metamind. You are to stay here. Those angels Guardian has will only act if my angels act. The people of Skyborn cannot receive divine assistance, or they will be overwhelmed by the countermeasure Guardian has set up. This gob rubbed his chin. Well done, lawful good god of humans. Are Garyx and Guardian working together, my lord? Shaking his head, the Metamind responded. No. Guardian's taking advantage of Garyx's initiative to strike at me preemptively. They will never work together directly. I need to save my worshippers, but I cannot directly interfere. Klemos and Reds. We are doing it, Magic shouted. Arcane power exited his hands. The force seized hold of 3 Reds that paralyzed them. Other non-red Klemos quickly moved in to strike these frozen Reds with their various weapons. This cured them of the red Klemo disease. Reds were converting left and right. Red attempted to escape by manifesting his teleportation talent. He could not escape. The free Klemos held their hands out, using their own psychic gifts to cancel out Red's escape. This cannot be! Red screamed his frustration as 36 more of his versions dropped from the cure, seizing them. They fought in the open streets and surrounding countryside. Over 1 million Klemos occupied the area, all fighting non-stop. Several Klemos were teleporting around, distributing anti-red weaponry to the newly cured Klemos. The fight lasted hours. Finally, there were only 2 Reds remaining.
They were surrounded by every converted Klimo. I, Magic began, have magically tracked every single one of you down. There is no escape for you, parasite. Grey Klimo swung her weapon, making contact with the skin of one of the two remaining reds. That one contorted as it reverted back to a singular Klimo. This left only the singular red. "And you are certain this is the only one remaining?" she asked. Magic Klimo smiled. "There can be no doubt." Snapping his fingers caused the air above them to light up with a light construct, showing a grid of the entire multiverse, lit up with 1,000,000 red lights. They were all the reds. These were all of the reds. This, he snapped his fingers again, is every current red. The image changed to a singular red dot within the entire grid revealed. How could it possibly have gone like this? I was all powerful. This makes no sense. Red shouted his anger at his defeat. Magic Klimo opened his mouth to speak. No sound came out. The loud, cheering Klimos all around became silent. Everyone and everything was instantly quiet. Magic Klimo was unmoving. What? Red looked around and noticed the stillness. They were stuck with no movement of no kind. No breathing, no muscle movements, no eye movements. What is this? Do you see this, Klimo? Red looked up where the voice was coming from. A massive face formed before him in the sky. Red cowered down in fear. What are you? I am your only hope. Do you see your end before you? Yes. How did you stop them? Red asked. I am the god Metamind. Giving no time for Red to talk further, Red was struck paralyzed by psychic power sent from this god. You are given 2 options, and 2 options only. Your first is for me to unfreeze time, and you will be overtaken by your multiversal alternatives. You die here and now and never exist again. The power was released, allowing Red to speak. What is my other option? The parasite Klimo asked. You will work for me. You will be your former self. You will once again be a legion of demigods. Just work for you? That's it? No. There will be additional stipulations that you have no choice on. I don't care what they are. All I want is every Klimo absorbed, and you can help me make that happen. No. The first stipulation is you will never have 4 Klimos. They will go free of their own volition. Red looked at Magic Twinkle Gray and Junior. Let me guess. Them? He pointed at them one by one. You will have to agree on that. A pity, but better than the alternative, Red shrugged. And should you ever disobey me or fail me, I will return you to this moment, and they will overtake you. How long will I serve you? Red asked. Forever, Red sighed. Life is a series of compromises. Okay, let's do this. Psychic energy struck Red. A bubble surrounded him. Outside of that bubble, time began to reverse. Everything moved backwards. The magic returned to the hand of magic, releasing the hold over 3 reds. Klimos were turned into reds, and their numbers began to dwindle as reds bolstered. One last thing to remember. What's that? Red asked as the scene continued to move backwards. I have placed a powerful curse on you. Should I be destroyed or undone, or even will it, you will return to this moment.
Red shrugged, nodding his head. Meh. I've come to just accept this sort of thing for you god types. End of chapter 7.